Day, all my YouTube friends. While I get in here, you can fast forward this part. I'm about to go live on Facebook, so I want to say hi to all of them. But feel free to come in and say hello. A lot of Black Friday deals going on right now on my chalk site. So when you get here, say hi. All right, let's see. We're on 43, so it is my time. Hi everybody, it's Nancy. I hope you're having a really good day. It says was live right there. That means you're catching the replay. Just type hashtag replay. That way I can welcome you. Keyword is piano for the product list. I have this tote bag. Now the one that I put in the cart link is going to be like this, okay? But mine has this little pouch on the outside for a water bottle, but this whole thing is going to work the same. So just pop on in, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. Welcome all my friends from Craft Around the Clock. Let me find myself. Guys, new Black Friday deals have started right now on my chalk site. Black Friday deals. $10 fabric markers are your doorbuster. You guys, free gift with purchase, $50 purchase on my chalk site. You're going to get these sublimation keychains with a heat transfer that goes with them. And then this, you can put on any sublimation project. And then all size E transfers are 50% off. And select surfaces are also 50% off. So go shop. Don't miss your free gift. Don't miss these markers. I've already used, hi Tracy, I've already used them once. They are amazing. I've used them a couple times, but I've used them once live. They're awesome. They're awesome. And we're going to use them today. I want to show them to you because I think they might sell out. I don't know how many they have, but I wanted to use them today before they sold out. Hello from snowy New York, Janet. Oh my goodness. Gross. Not a fan of the snow anymore. I actually don't mind the snow, to be honest. It's just all the long stretch of cold that goes after. That's what I'm not a fan of. Why is it saying I'm not live? But I totally am. So let's try that again. Okay, so this is an ink mat. It's sticky. It's going to hold my fabric. And this one's super sticky. It's pretty new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and put it inside my bag. It's going to do two things. One, it's going to hold my fabric in place so it doesn't move around, and it's going to keep me from having to iron this before we start. And also, number two, hang on, it is also going to keep my ink from bleeding through to the back. Oh, Lena, you get so much snow. So much snow. I'm over it. I'm over snow. I'm over it. I lived there for 38 years in Michigan with all the snow. I don't need it again. I'm good. I like to see it at Christmas when we go up, but that's about it. That's all I need it for. All right, let me click on myself, get this going, and we're going to get going here for Pete's sake. No snow here in the valley yet. Where's the valley? Tell me what that means. Hi, Janet. I said hi to you. All right. And Lori, hello. And Mary, hello. Okay. Everybody's here. Hi, Ellen. How's it going? Okay. Today is an ink project, you guys. Here we go. So I got all my fabric onto my ink mat. Then we're going to take this reusable silkscreen transfer. Guys, it's called Piano Pals. How's it going, Ellen? And we're going to put it right on here, okay? I have been wanting to do this for a while, and I just keep thinking, what do I want to put it on? I've been overthinking it, as I tell you all not to do on this page. Today, when the fabric markers came out, I thought, I need to show you guys how awesome they are. So we're going to do a fabric project. Hi, Holly. Oh, that's right, Lori, you're from Boise, just like Vicky is also. How's it going, Holly? Okay, so do I have that straight? We're calling it straight. Okay, so what you want to do with ink, any ink project, when you put your transfer on, take your dry squeegee, this is a squeegee, and you just want to go through your transfer and just make sure, even though you use your hands, go through, make sure you get all your air bubbles out, okay? This is going to help triple check that you're not going to get any bleeding. I don't know if I said it. The keyword is piano. Piano. Hello, Linda. Oh, snow. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Hi, Linda. How are you? Yeah, this sweatshirt. So funny, the story behind this. I will tell it to you while I get my ink out. So my ink jar basically out. But I have some ink packets, so I decided to keep my jar. Ink singles. This is black velvet. And I decided I'm just going to open both of them. I think we only need one, but it doesn't matter. We're going to take two, and we are going to just empty these two ink singles into my black ink jar. I sort of have accumulated some ink packets. I don't know why. And so since I already have a jar, I'm just going to put them in there. Normally I would just leave it in the little sleeve here, but not today. I have that sweatshirt. Mine is great. Oh, Jen, that's so cool. So what happened is last year or the year before, now I can't remember. My mother-in-law sent me this as a birthday present. My birthday is in January, but as most people like to do with people who have January or birthdays around Christmas is they like to send their gifts at Christmas time. She told my husband, whatever. Well, he forgot and thought he bought it for me, and he gave it to me for Christmas. And then when my birthday came along, my mother-in-law said, did you get my present? And I'm like, no, I haven't gotten anything yet. She talked to Jace, and the more they talked, he realized I was wearing it when they were talking. He took credit for this gift because he had it in his cart for me, but she bought it. It's a whole thing. And then when I wore it to work for the first time in the new year, my girlfriend said, oh my gosh, I almost bought you that. So apparently everybody knows that I'm always cold. So I'm going to call, even though my mother-in-law bought me this sweatshirt, I'm going to call it a group gift. I think it was 2 years ago that happened. But anyway, very funny. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking black ink, you guys. And I'm using very firm pressure, okay? And this is going to probably alleviate me having to lift the transfer, lay it down a bunch of times, okay? I'm using firm pressure with fabric, almost always. Whether you use paste or ink, you want firm pressure when you're doing that. Hello, Elver, hello. All right, so then we're going to lift very carefully and make sure we got everything up. That turned out so cute. Now we could totally be done. We could just be done if you wanted. Isn't this adorable? Look at this. Isn't that so cute? You could totally be done and just leave it in black and white if you love it. Mary, thank you for the stars. You're amazing. You're amazing. You could leave it like this if you like. But we're not going to do that. Hello from Vermont. Hello, Lois. How are you? I just keep checking my fingers to make sure I don't have ink anywhere. And we're going to dry this real good. We're going to dry it super good. Hi, Janet. So many Janets on today. And then I'm going to show you these fabric markers that you can get for $10. These are a doorbuster deal for the Black Friday deals, okay? Isn't this so cute? They're $10, and you get red, light pink, green, orange, light red, purple, black, sky blue, regular blue, brown, light green, and yellow. Now what I love about doing the peanuts on this bag is sort of their skin color is already done, so we don't have to worry about their skin color. We're going to go through, though, and paint and do all the other things with just the markers, okay? So hopefully you will enjoy this and see how amazing they are. I've used them a couple times. About a week or so ago, I had no idea they were going to pull these out for a doorbuster deal. I'm a designer with chalk, and this summer we had Chalk Con, and we were allowed to get these early and try them out, and I did. Okay, so, and I have really been loving them. This is such a cool way. Okay, you guys see me a lot of times make my outline, paint over it, and then go back and add my detail back in. Well, you don't need to do that with this. You can just take your marker, and even if you go over that black a little bit, you're still going to see your details. I love these. So this is Peppermint Patty. We're just going to do her shirt in green. I don't know if I'm going to end up using all the colors, but we're going to be pretty close. Pretty darn close. I'm going to do her little sandals in green also. They have a decent tip. They're not super pointy, but they do have a nice tip on them. My eyes are... This is more about my eyes than anything else. What else do I need to be green? Nothing. There's our green. Then we're going to work on yellow. And this to me looks a little more like a mustard yellow, very close to Charlie Brown's actual color of his shirt. He's sort of covering up his zigzag here. We're going to do this in yellow. We're going to do her hair in yellow. Now I'm making a little effort to maybe not paint right on the black. But if you get a little bit on the black, it's still going to be okay. We do have a black fabric marker, so you can always go in over your details and you can still go over your details and brighten them up if you get some on there. And I totally am. Now do you have the heat? Do you have to heat it? You know, it doesn't say that. Well, let me see. It says it can be used, it says, without shaking, remove the lid, can be written painting. It can be used on any surface. Feel free to show your creativity. Recap the mark. It actually does not say to heat set it. The instructions do not say to heat set. But I'm going to heat set my outline anyway, so it won't hurt it to do it. We're going to heat set it at the end. This is quite a vibrant yellow, actually. And then Schroeder's hair is going to be yellow. You know, these really cover nicely. I don't do a lot with like chalk markers because I feel like they're good for small areas, but not so much for big areas. But these are painting in. very well. Okay, that's all my yellow. Let me show you so far. There we are so far. What do you think? Hit that heart button for me. Hi, Denise. Who said that? Yeah, these are really awesome. Have you noticed with most paint markers, they don't have brown? This one does have brown, but this is a fabric marker, so you could always try to make brown with red and green, but it might be hard when you're coloring. I would do a test if you're going to do that. Thank you guys for the hearts. Okay, we're going to move on to pink. So we're going to have, what's her name, Sally? Good old Sally. And I'm going right over the dots. So I'm going to hold this up when I'm done. So you can see, I'm not going around the dots on this at all with this pink. I'm going right over it. Because that would be super fussy and there's no way I'm going to go around all those dots. No way. And I'm actually going over them multiple times, as it turns out. So look at her shirt, how cool that came out. Isn't that cool? Hello, Miss Brenda. Oh yeah, who's telling me that? Thank you, Charlene. I did forget Woodstock, just over here in the corner all by himself, floating around. I already did forget him, too late. Thank you for telling me. I don't know if I would have noticed or not. Okay, Snoopy, of course, we're leaving alone. Charlie Brown is good for now. Let's do red. We're going to do her shirt in red. It says you get red and light red. I guess this is light red. I don't know. We'll try it and use it on one of the shirts. This is the regular red, I believe. And this bag is quite textured, so I am going over it, trying to do like the directions of the lines to fill it in a little better. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate you. And then should we do theirs? Let's see. Let's do Linus's shirt in the dark red, and then we'll do, what's his name? What's this guy's name right here? I should know it. Somebody tell me. He's not like a common, I mean, he's on it, but I don't know his name. This is terrible. I'm a terrible person. I don't know his name. This guy right here. We're going to make his light red so you can see that. Well, I'm just going with some artwork that I've already seen. So you can do it any color you like. You know what's funny is I feel like this color red is darker than this red. But, I mean, what do I know? I mean, I'm only doing it one color. This one, I don't know. They look very different like this. See the caps? But the lighter one, I'll show it to you up close. Franklin, that probably is his name. Here's the three reds. To me, they almost look the same on here. And the pink, Sally's pink is actually pinker in person, but there you go. Those are the different colors. Okay, then we need some blue, and I have got 2 shades of blue, so we might as well use them both. This one screams Lucy to me, so we're going to do this one. Well, it's darker than it looks. very deceiving, this cap. The cap made it look like, unless I put the caps on wrong, like this was going to be lighter. It does cover in one coat, even though I'm going back over it. It's just because this bag is a canvas and it's textured. So unless I can go like in the direction of the lines, it kind of creates me to have to do more than one coat. Now look at how dark that one is, but look at the cap. Isn't this cute? Does it, who said that? Linda in Texas. Does it snow? Yes, occasionally. I would say occasionally. And if it does, it's mostly ice. It's not a lot of snow, is what I would say. Mostly ice. If we get anything, it's ice, and it's typically between the middle of January and the middle-ish of February. But it's almost always more like ice. It's not really very snowy. Isn't it fun? So the blues, this is the light blue. The dark blue is very, very dark, almost navy, okay? The pink, even though it's a light cap, it's more like fuchsia or magenta, something like that. Just to give you an idea of what it will look like in person. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with pig pen. I want to see what this brown looks like. All right, we're going to do, oh, it's very dark. All right, I'm going to color Pigpen's shirt, but not like to full coverage. I'm going to kind of, because if I do it like is dark, it's going to be too dark, I think. And this is the brown, okay? And then I'm going to do Franklin because I know he is got brown skin in this color. But it's very dark, so I don't know. We'll see. We may have to go over his face again. I'm going to do it not so dark right here, but well, if I do that, then he looks kind of like Pigpen, so I'm going to go over him fully, I guess. And then it says we have black, so I'll just go over his face again. See if I can brighten that up. It's very dark. Okay, let's go over the black and just see if I can brighten that up a little bit. Not brighten is not the right word, but make it stand out a little bit. It's a little better. It's a little better. All right, we're going to do Peppermint Patty's hair. This is orange. But wow, this is a bright one. Oh, it looks good once you get going here. If you do it super light, it looks almost like a neon. But once you go over it a second time, it darkens up. Oh, I see. All in here. I'm like, this looks weird. What's this black line? Her hair is actually taller. You guys, how easy is this? Hi, Rochelle. Oh, I'm so glad you got the craft box for the month. That's awesome. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, it's definitely, okay, it looks like sky blue, but it is totally not. This is more like regular blue, and this is more like navy, okay? This year it wasn't ice, it was actual snow. I don't remember that, to be honest. But maybe where you were it was. Hi, Diane, how are you? And Teresa, thank you so much. Donna, you asked me how I'm feeling. I feel good. Go to the doctor on whatever day of the week it is. I go to the doctor on Thursday, so I'll let you know what comes of that. All right, we're going to make his piano regular red. Where Lucy is gabbing his ear off. This is a lot less, what's the word I want to use? A lot less intimidating doing their, yes, Brenda, they're $10. They're one of the doorbuster deals. And I wanted to do them today because I was afraid they're going to sell out if I waited one day. Maybe not one day. Maybe I'm overreacting and I don't mean to like freak anybody out. But personally, I think they're amazing and I've already used them a couple times. So you guys, if you like to fill in on fabric, this is, these markers are amazing. And I thought this was the best transfer to showcase that. All right, tissues. Okay, I gotta do Schroeder's shirt in purple. Twist my arm. Ooh, that's a good purple. You guys, I love purple, but I really like it when it's dark. I'm not a big lavender gal. That's a good purple. It's a really good purple. All right, I'm just checking some other little details that I probably missed. Wait, is this the real red? Yes. So I'm gonna do her little socks. I'm gonna get Charlie Brown's socks. We're gonna get Linus's little sock. The only color we have not used, I believe, is this one. What did you say those markers were called? They're fabric markers. They're fabric markers. If you type the, Diane, if you type the word piano and check your messages, the link that says thank you for commenting on my video. Here's the link to the products I used. These are in the cart. So I want to use these on something, and I should have thought of that earlier. I don't know if I'll be able to. We'll do Schroeder's sock. Oh, this is like green, I guess. Okay, this looks like it would be. It says green and light green. So this one, in the camera, it looks blue. It's not. It's like it looks teal. Green and then I guess light green is what we got going on here. These two colors. Let me show you on something else. There's one. This is the lighter cap. Okay, so this is the true green to me. In person, this looks like real green, and that looks a little teal, but I don't know what it looks like to you guys. Real green, teal. But they're saying green and light green, so you call it whatever you like, okay? Ooh, all right, now, you guys, this is adorable. Okay, so I left my ink mat in while I was coloring it. My words were not wanting to come out. These are fabulous. Now, I have not washed anything yet with them, but They color amazing, okay? Kim's India House. I don't know what, maybe you're trying to tag someone. If you're trying to tag a page, Marvo, type the @ symbol, and then that should help. Okay, so we're gonna pull this ink mat out of here. Okay. When you get your ink mat, you're gonna want to make sure you keep this cover, because it is gonna keep it super sticky, okay, you guys? All right, now you don't want to miss out on these. Like I said, they're $10. If you place a $50 order on my site, we're gonna start my iron, and I'll show you how to. It does look to you it looks teal, but to me it looks, well, this one looks teal to me. This one looks like real green. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Anyhow, if you place a $50 order on my site, you're going to get a free gift. It will just get dropped right into your cart. No, I'm saying my name is Kim. Oh, hi, Kim. Sorry, Kim. It's tough when you're live and the comments are delayed. How are you, Kim? Oh, who asked me about Quinn? Rochelle, thank you for asking. Oh, I see. Kim. Hello, Kim. All right, Rochelle, thank you for asking about Quinn Dog. So after the live yesterday, I went to give her somebody had suggested, Wendy had suggested that I give her like bread or something. So I gave her peanut butter, basically little pieces of a peanut butter sandwich essentially, and she wouldn't eat it. And so I didn't freak out, but I thought, oh, I need to take her to the emergency. So I had to go pick up my groceries, and they were waiting for me. And Jace was on his way home. We basically crossed paths. So I told him about what was going on and asked him to check on her. And I said, when I get home, if she hasn't, I left the sandwich pieces in her bowl. And I said, if she doesn't eat it by the time I get home, I think I need to take her to the ER vet. And he agreed. So I got home and she hadn't eaten it. So we quickly unloaded and I got ready. I had made an appointment at this place called Urgent Vet. Tell me if you've ever heard of that. Okay. Tell me if you've ever heard of Urgent Vet. I don't know if it's a chain. I totally think it's brand new. But I did a call ahead, on the internet, but I did a call ahead, and I was going to go right after. And I got, literally no joke, got up off the couch to take her to Urgent Vet, which I've never been to before, ever. And she got up when I got up. She went to the bowl, and she ate the whole peanut butter sandwich, and then she was fine. Oh, nice. That's hilarious. I love the laser. I love the laser. Anyway, so I canceled the appointment. I didn't take her. She's been fine ever since. But let me tell you something. Okay, so let me go back to this. When you heat set your ink so that it doesn't fade, you want to put parchment paper down. I have my iron on the hottest setting that the fabric will allow. I'm making sure there's no plastic on the inside. And then I'm going to just run my iron with no steam over the front like this. And then it will make it so it's permanent and you can wash it, okay? So anyhow, then guess what? This is such a cool thing. I got a call at about 30 minutes after I would have been there. And so Urgent Vet is you go urgent care. It's the same for people. It's if you don't have an emergency, but it's after hours and you're sick or whatever and you need to go, right? You can't wait until. So, and I've never heard of it. That's just what it said on their website. I get a phone call from them. And I answered, which was no number I didn't know, but I figured it was them. And they said, hey, we're just calling to check on Quinn. I've never been there before. I've never, ever I'd never even heard of it. And so I said, oh, I thought I needed an appointment, but I decided I didn't need to bring her. And they're like, oh, what's going on? And I told them everything, and they're like, okay, that's a good idea, but keep an eye on her. We're open till 8 if you need us. Oh my gosh, what amazing. Like, they care about her and they don't even know her. Like, I thought that was so awesome. So if you ever see Urge Vet, this is my new thing. I'm promoting them because the care that they had for her. And I've never been there. I never paid them a dime, nothing. Okay, guys, so this is, just want you to all know about that. But she's doing fine. Anyhow, this now, so when you use ink, usually it feels a little raised. And then once you heat set it, it's going to feel like part of the fabric, okay? Isn't that an awesome, you guys, honestly, that's so awesome. Even her regular vet doesn't call me. Anyway, I was very impressed. Anyhow, here's our bag, you guys. Don't miss out on these fabric markers. I think they're amazing. I'm going to bring this as close as I can here. Look at how cool it is. That is so cool. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm actually done a little early today on my craft around the clock time. But I hope you go grab these. These are super awesome, very easy to use. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye. She didn't order. Yep.